This program is sponsored by Newcastle County Government.
Welcome to Health in Self. My name is Ashley Thayer, and today we have a special guest, a fellow DETV chef. I have Reuben Dhanawade joining me in the kitchen. And Reuben, you are the creator of, first of all, Reuben's Indian Kitchen. But today you have brought us a host of ingredients.
Yes.
I cannot wait. Tell us what you are going to be making for us today.
So it looks like a lot, but it's not going to be that hard, I swear. We're going to be doing Mediterranean turkey burgers, Zatar Spice, potato wedges. We're going to get a little bit more into what Zatar is later. The burgers are going to have a roasted garlic and fennel yogurt, and we're just going to serve that with a little tomato cucumber salad.
Well, you know,
Super
here at
fresh
Health
for a
in
basis.
Self, yeah, we are all about the fresh herbs and the fresh vegetables. So, Reuben, let's trade spots, and we're going to get started. You've got some potatoes over here.
Yes, so
already?
The potatoes have been soaking for 10 minutes at least, so it kind of helps get rid of a lot of that starch that's in here. So I'm just going to strain this, and we're going to get them blanched off, so it helps us get a nice crispy potato wedge, because we're going to do it in the oven.
Okay, so we do have our oven preheated at 450 degrees. It's ready to go. We've actually pre-boiled our water, but I've bumped it back up so that way it quickly starts to boil again for us, so that way we can blanch the potatoes. Now, potatoes are really, you know, a great option for you because they have great potassium and they're high in fiber. So, you know, even with potatoes and French fries, like, you don't have to go completely low carb. Carbs are your friend, and we love potatoes. What else you got going on here?
So here we're gonna get our oil going up too, so we can just roast our garlic lightly. I like to start in a cold pan and let it kind of come up, so the garlic kind of slowly infuses the oil.
What oil did you put in here?
So I did a canola oil and olive oil blend, so because the olive oil has a lower smoke point than canola.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna get these in there, get those going. Our water's coming up to a boil now.
Now you threw in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7?
Seven cloves of garlic.
Oh,
it all depends, because you know how garlic can either be small or big. So I like to just go a little bit above. Ideally, it would be like 5 regular size cloves, but I don't think you can ever have too much.
Some baby ones. Oh, I agree. I love garlic.
I don't think you can ever have too much garlic.
You can never have too much garlic, and you just peeled them, and then you just threw them in.
Peeled them, threw them right in there. So our water's coming up.
Yep.
We're just gonna throw our potatoes right in there.
And so you said you soaked them already.
Yep, so it gets rid of some of that excess starch.
Okay.
And I also have just a touch of vinegar in the water. That's also going to help remove some of that starch.
Ooh.
So it helps you get, so it helps you get a nice crispy French fry. You can even do these for regular fries. And you can see on the bottom here all the starch that just kind of was left in the bowl.
Ah.
Yeah.
Great.
So while that's going, we're just going to let that blanch off for a little bit.
Okay.
We're going to work on the star of the show, which is our turkey burgers.
Excellent, excellent. So while you're doing that, I'm going to spray my pan so I'm ready for the potato wedges when they come out.
We're just going to kind of let them poach for probably about 3 to 4 minutes, so they just lose kind of that raw edge.
Okay.
And then once those are done, we're just going to take them out of the pan, strain them again, get rid of all that excess liquid.
Okay.
We're going to toss them a little bit of olive oil and the Zatar Spice. Now, Zatar Spice is one of my favorite things that I've found out in the last 3 years. I think it's really ramped up. It's a spice blend that has sesame seeds. It has a little bit of fennel, thyme, oregano. It varies. It's used a lot in Mediterranean food, and it just brings a nice herbaceousness to it. You can smell that. It just has a really great aroma, almost like floral, a little perfumey.
Yeah, and you can see the sesame seeds, but you can really smell the fennel. You said oregano is in here
a little
too,
bit of
so
thyme.
You can smell it, and you can smell the thyme. So fresh.
So I'm just gonna put a little bit of this in our turkey burger, and this is a 93-7 blend, so it's 7% fat.
Yeah.
So just to add a little bit more, I like to add just a little bit of egg yolk to it, just to add a little bit of richness.
Bind them too. Yeah.
And now you just don't want to mix this too much. And you might have noticed I didn't put any salt and pepper, because I like to put salt and pepper right before I cook them.
Okay, so like before they go in the pan.
Yep.
Excellent.
And you don't want to over mix this either, because then you'll get meatloaf. Turkey meatloaf, and you don't want that. How are potatoes looking?
They're looking good. They're boiling. They got a little simmer happening, and Yeah.
Sweet.
Good.
Yeah, so I threw a little bit of sea salt in there as well.
Okay, so you did a salted water, and you said you put a little bit of vinegar. Was there a certain type of vinegar you used?
I use apple cider. That's just my favorite
Okay.
vinegar to use.
It has a little more flavor than
Yeah, I
regular
think
white
so.
vinegar.
And it has a lot of health properties too, doesn't it?
Agreed. Yeah, it has a lot of antioxidants too, so it's really good. A lot of times people in the mornings like to do a little shot of apple cider
what my mom
vinegar.
does. My mom
helps
likes
to
to do that.
kickstart your digestive system. It's not a cleanse. It doesn't flush anything, but it just kickstarts everything for you.
So I'm going to start making our patties. I like big patties, and these are nice and lean, so it kind of gives you. So I'm going to do about 5-ounce patties.
Okay.
But if you want to go smaller, if you want to do sliders, you can do anything with this, really. And this blend, originally I was going to do lamb.
Yeah,
with
we were
this
talking
blend,
about lamb.
But I couldn't find it, and I figured turkey's a little bit easier to find than lamb. But if you can find lamb, this preparation will go really well.
Well, that's another good tip. If you want a more decadent burger, you could do a lamb burger, but so it's hard to find. And it's very lean too. So
Yeah.
I like the fact that you did a very lean ground turkey as well. And that's the thing. Turkey is a great protein substitute, great burger substitute, great red meat substitute.
And so I'm just going to put this in right here. I like to get it kind of chilling for a little bit, just so everything kind of gets to know each other just a little bit better.
And it helps the patties to form up as well, correct?
Yep. And like I said, I don't really like to work with the patties too much because I don't want them to get
mushy,
like meatloaf or almost like sausage. So I'm just going to throw this in the trash real quick.
Definitely. I'll move out of your way.
So I think we can take our potatoes out of there. We can just strain that right into our strainer over here.
Do you want to drop them into the strainer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I got you.
Hit it. Strong.
We're just going to strain that.
Turn that burner off. Fabulous. All right. Now, I did spray our pan with olive oil cooking spray, so that way they won't stick, which is nice.
Yeah, we're going to add just a touch more oil. So we're just going to turn up our oil a little bit.
Oh, yeah, you can actually see, too, the oil is starting to get the little waves in it. That's how you know your oil is heating through, is it starts to get like the little natural waves, almost like kind of like the ocean.
Yeah. So we're just going to throw a little bit of olive oil in here, too, just to kind of toss it together. Healthy olive oil, healthy amount of olive oil. And now I'm just going to throw a little bit of the Zatar Spice on there.
Oh, more of that seasoning. Fabulous. So it looks like about a tablespoon worth?
Yep. And then just season it up with salt, and then just a little bit of pepper. Then we're going to get in there with our hands. Really rub all of the potatoes so each wedge gets that seasoning on there.
Mm-hmm. You can smell the seasoning coming off of the hot potatoes already.
Yeah, and you can kind of see if you look closely at the potatoes, you can see how it starts to get a little bit translucent almost. That's because the vinegar kind of pulls a lot of that starch out a little bit. Yeah. So we're just gonna, and this is important. You don't want to just throw these on here with a reckless abandon. I like to throw these on nice and uniform so I can flip them halfway through.
Oh, makes sense.
Yeah. So if I put them on here just all willy-nilly, you'll be.
You don't know which side they're on.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Fair. It's a great tip. Now, my kids love French fries. They love potato wedges. And I mean, it's truly a great way to still get good vitamins and nutrients and help fill you up. I mean, potatoes, any carbohydrate gives you energy throughout your day. So, if you are kind of staying up a little later, my big girls have swim practice every evening. They have swim practice in the morning and in the evening. But we make sure that we, add a starch, add a potato to their dinner so that way it gives them the long-lasting energy to get through their evening practices.
Yeah. I like to just have like a baked potato for lunch sometimes. This is like my main.
Yeah.
I think baked potatoes are awesome.
Potatoes are your friend. I love the fact you are a chef after my own heart. I am very kind of like organized and type A, so the fact that you are lining these up is, you get a win-win in my
I have
book.
a little bit of OCD when it comes to working in the kitchen. Some of the cooks I used to work with used to make fun of me because I wanted all the pan handles to face the same way.
Face the same way. No, I do the same thing. Okay, so we're putting these in the oven.
Yep, so we have it at 450.
Degrees.
And we're going to put it at 8 minutes, and then we're going to pull it out, and then we're going to flip them so the other side gets nice and crispy, and then we're just going to let it sit out.
All right, 8 minutes. All right, I'm looking at my watch.
So you can see our oil has started to just bubble a little bit. We're going to let that keep going. So while that's going, we can start working on this beautiful salad, which is one of my favorite salads to make of all times. It's super simple. You can make it all year round. It's really good in the summertime.
Okay.
It's just tomatoes, cucumber, herbs, little feta, lemon juice, and salt and pepper. Super simple. Olive oil.
I'm ready. I'm here for it.
And I'm a big fan of putting fresh herbs into salads.
So I grow my own herbs. I think I was telling you this
Yes.
earlier. I have an outside garden and an inside garden. So when the weather, works, I grow my herbs outside. I'm in a container garden, just pots of basil, parsley, dill, oregano. And then on the inside, I have what's called an aero garden. So it's basically almost like a hydroponic garden. So it
Nice.
runs the water. But then I have fresh herbs all year round. So it doesn't matter for the season. And then they're right there at my fingertips. I don't have to worry about if the grocery store has
And
them.
especially these fresh leafy herbs. So today I just found whatever I could at the market. So I got fresh dill, fresh tarragon, and fresh parsley. I just picked them, kind of loose, tore them up a little bit. You can start to hear our garlic is starting to fry up a little bit. So I'm going to turn down just a little bit.
Okay, now what pan do you
So we're going to be just toasting off our fennel. So toasting our spices is something that we do a lot in Indian food especially. Just helps bring out some of the aroma, some of the natural oils. So I like to just throw it in the pan and just kind of keep shaking it until it gets nice and toasted. You'll be able to smell that fennel. And what we're going to do is we're going to put that in our mortar and pestle. And we're going to grind it up. So
Love it.
for our tomatoes, we're just going to quarter them up. We're just going to cut them in half, actually. Take out a little core. Then we're just going to slice them. So now, sometimes when I'm just having this as a regular salad, I'll just quarter them, and because I like to have big chunks of
tomato.
Big chunks of tomato in my salad. But for this, it's just going on top of our burger. We're going to try to make it just a little bit more uniform.
Fabulous.
All right, if you want to help me with the cucumber, that would be
Yep,
awesome.
Let me grab a little cutting board. Where did my cutting board go? I don't know where it went, but you know what? Hand me the cucumbers and I will get started. Am I slicing these just in little rounds?
Yep.
Fabulous. Fabulous, fabulous. Can't wait. I love cucumber too because it's truly a year-round vegetable so this is a salad. It tastes great in the summer, but is perfect for year-round and for you to make year-round.
So as soon as you start to see the garlic kind of
it's
start to
turning
brown up, so we're just going to take it off the heat, and we're going to let that oil kind of infuse with that great garlic flavor. We're actually going to use the same oil to cook our burgers in. So it has multi-purpose.
It has the garlic.
Yeah, it has the garlic flavor in it. So yeah, we're just gonna cut up these tomatoes. And I'm using Campari tomatoes. I think I was telling you before we got on air, it's one of my favorite tomatoes to use.
It's a very flavorful, smaller tomato, so it makes perfect for salads.
Yeah, and it's super sweet. So you can see how nice and small they are. They're just super cute. And honestly, I could eat these just like this, just like grapes. But yeah, this salad is something that I've made multiple times. Sometimes I like to switch up the herbs. Sometimes I'll put in jalapenos in here, just sliced jalapenos, add a little bit of kick to it.
Well, that's truly the best part about, salads in general. Take the same base, same cucumber tomato base, and you add different cheeses, add different herbs, dried herbs, fresh herbs, and that will instantly change the flavor. And because cucumber and tomato lend so well to the flavors of herbs or your dressings or whatever you choose to use, it's really the best, kind of gateway.
Yeah, I feel like people complicate salads too much.
I agree.
I think they try to put too much stuff in there.
And keep it going.
Yeah, you can just grill off the vegetables, whatever. You don't need to get some crazy Thousand Island vinaigrette or whatever kind of crazy salad dressings.
Well, you and I it's funny, we were joking because I was saying, I said, I love to make salads with just, arugula, lemon, olive oil, a little salt and pepper, and then you throw your protein on or you throw your other vegetables on, and it's so easy and effortless. You don't need the bottled salad dressings. If you like them, great.
Yeah, and this salad I think goes really great with a grilled piece of salmon.
Oh yes.
It's just there's so much, especially in the summer. It's just perfect.
I think also too, any kind of protein. I like the fact that we're using turkey, but if you wanted to use chicken, if you wanted to use, more of a plant-based meat, you could
smell
do
that
that as
fennel.
well. You can. It smells amazing.
So all the natural oils kind of just come out when you toast the spices. So my mom used to toast like the mustard seed, the poppy seeds, whatever we use, we always toasted them. And I've used that with everything. I toast my pepper now before I grind it. There's little things I do. Yeah, just little things you can do with like toasting your spices that I think a lot of people don't tend to do.
Well, it can be intimidating.
Yeah.
Almost, because you think it has to be harder than what it is.
Yeah, so the tomatoes are getting nice and cut up. You got the cucumbers, that's beautiful.
All right, so my last little bit of cucumber is done, Chef Reuben. And
Put them right in
because
our
I love
bowl.
cucumber, I'm stealing one.
Yep.
So good. Now you used, I noticed, a hothouse cucumber. So the
Yes.
seeds are smaller.
Yes. You can use like the regular cucumbers, but I like the hothouse English cucumbers. I think they have a little bit more snap to them than the regular cucumbers.
I agree. All right, so am I dumping this fennel in here yet, or are we holding
You're going
on?
to dump the fennel right into our mortar and pestle,
Oh, that's right.
which is one of my favorite things to use.
Okay.
Ooh, I'm going to stick my hand in there.
Yep.
So I like to use a mortar and pestle
There you go.
whenever I can for especially like spices like that. I feel like a spice grinder is kind of aggressive. I think this
Sometimes
way.
it grinds it up a little too much.
Yes.
And then that's one more like gadget that you have to have in your kitchen. You know, I'm all about minimalist and the
Yeah.
less amount of things that you have to worry about. These cucumbers are delicious. I'm gonna eat another one. Look all I can.
Yeah, we would actually put the fennel into like a. If you go to like any Indian restaurant, there's going to be like a little bowl. I don't know about anymore, but there used to be like a little bowl of like fennel and like a bunch of little like
Putting
sweets.
those in there?
Yep. I'm just going to throw that right in here. Perfect. And you just clean up my cutting board real quick.
Okay. All right, so now what? Let me check on our potatoes.
Yeah, let's check on our potatoes.
We're about 6 minutes, 7 minutes.
I can hear them.
Yeah, I can
can
hear
hear
them
'em.
sizzling. Oh gosh, can you smell the herbs?
I'm telling
we need
you.
like smell-o-vision.
I'm telling you. Zatar, any of those like Middle Eastern spices you guys can find, sumac, ras el hanout is another great one. And this is just going to go in our yogurt. So
Okay. So now you have plain Greek yogurt,
Yep.
which, I mean, our friends at home who watch Health and Self know I love plain Greek yogurt because it's a great way to get a creamy flavor, but less fat. And it has the protein of the yogurt, and
Yeah.
then you also have all of the same properties of the prebiotics in the yogurt, so it's good for your tummy health, good for your gut health.
So you can see, I just kind of got it grind up. There's still a little bit of some like big chunks in there, but that's fine.
That adds flavor.
A little bit of more flavor. So I'm just gonna, now I'm gonna spoon out some of our toasted garlic. You can see it's nice and brown. And this is gonna kind of help make a nice paste over here.
That's fabulous.
And that's gonna get mixed in with our yogurt.
So because the garlic now has absorbed the oil, so it makes it easier to kind of turn into a paste.
Yep, and it's softened up just a little bit. So when you cook garlic like this, it also adds a lot of sweetness to it. Also brings out a lot of like great sweet flavor. I used to put a couple cloves of roasted garlic in like a smoothie.
Oh,
Yeah, because
really?
I mean, I'm sure you know garlic's really, really good.
It is.
Really, really
It's great.
healthy.
Yeah, great nutritional properties.
Yeah.
But I don't think I would have ever thought to put garlic in a smoothie.
I mean, just
I
a few
love
cloves.
garlic.
You don't have to go crazy,
So,
especially
we're not
raw.
talking like this is not first date material either, right?
No. We're just like, I would do that, spinach, and like a little bit of protein powder.
Yeah, but that's, it almost kind of takes it too to having a more savory, smoothie, especially like with the spinach and things. So I like that idea. I'll have to try that at home.
So we have a
So should I flip these now? Because we're about 8 minutes, about 9
just
minutes
check
in.
them. We can go a little bit longer on the one side,
Okay.
and then we'll flip them. Yep.
Perfect.
So we have a nice little paste right here.
Oh, wow.
Came together nicely. Could probably just eat that right there with some chips. Not gonna lie.
Or spread it on some toast.
Yep. So now we're just gonna mix that with our yogurt.
Okay. You need a spoon? You got a spoon?
Yep, I'm gonna use the same spoon I got the oil out with. And we're just gonna squeeze just a little bit of lemon juice in there.
Now there's that Health and Self at home trick as well. Squeeze the lemon into your hand.
Yep.
Your fingers act as the strainers and you don't get any seeds.
Yep, and these are called like lemon cheeks. These are like in like any like fine dining restaurants now. That they just keep it right on the line to add just a little bit of acid to something. They'll just squeeze it right on.
Just squeeze it right on. I love lemon. I get a big old
it's so
bag
good.
every grocery shopping trip because it's just easy to add to anything. And then, you know, with health and stuff, we always want you to drink water and a lot of water. And lemon's a great way to just kind of mix it up to get your water content.
Yeah, throw some of those cucumbers in there.
Yes. Oh gosh, cucumber and lemon, so good. So good.
So we're
I'm
just gonna
trying very hard not to just eat the cucumber out
You
of
can
it.
go ahead and have another one. I won't judge you. So I'm just going to add just a little bit of crushed cracked pepper and a heavy amount of salt. And just to keep the theme going, we're going to add just a little bit of our Zatar.
Okay.
Just kind of gives you some sort of continuity within the
Yeah.
whole meal, you know? So we have it in the burger, we have it in our sauce, and we have it right in our potatoes too.
Excellent.
Now we're just going to taste this, make sure we are good to go.
Good.
I think we need a little bit more salt. But you get that little bit of lemon. You can taste the garlic, you get the fennel.
That looks so good.
Yeah, it looks just like a mayonnaise or like an aioli. It's great. It's perfect for anything like that. You know, we're just going to do that.
All right, so now we have our tomatoes and cucumbers.
Yep. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to add our herbs to it.
Okay.
So
And do you need to chop those? Or
I like to
add
just
them
pick
whole?
them just like that.
Okay.
So you get like a nice bite and nice
I
crunch of herbs.
appreciate that because it doesn't break them down either. Sometimes when you chop fresh herbs, they
You lose a lot of the
bruise, and
flavor.
you lose the flavors,
you lose a lot of oil on here. So we're just going to add that.
Fabulous.
I'm going to add feta, which is so great. One of my favorite cheeses for salads because it's salty, has that little bit of brininess to it. Just going to add that.
Love it.
We're going to add olive oil.
The good
And
thing with olive oil, so you can be very generous with it because it's a heart-healthy oil. It's not a saturated fat, so it's definitely a good oil
Yep.
to use when you're cooking.
I'm just going to finish it off with just a little bit of lemon juice.
I'm ready. Am I
Yeah,
tossing
yep,
this?
we're going to toss it, and then we're just going to season it up just a little bit, right when we make our burgers, because I don't want to pull too much moisture out, because the salt will pull that liquid out
Oh
of
my
it.
goodness, this looks so pretty.
I'm telling you, I could just eat that just like that.
Well, let me tell you something.
We should go ahead and do it.
I'll say Ashley's going to get a fork. Ashley's going to have a little bit of this because this is so fresh. I mean, so you pair this with even just a grilled chicken breast. You pair this with
Yep.
something, and this is like the perfect easy lunch. Now, can you make this like a head? Like, can this sit in the fridge
Yeah,
for
sure.
a few hours? Or
It totally can.
Okay.
It'll probably absorb a little bit more of the flavor. But for our purposes, I kind of want to keep that texture, so I don't want to do it too far ahead of time and throw too much salt on there or anything. But that's just it. That's it. I mean, if you even want to get crazy fancy, you can peel the lemon zest and slice that up and throw that in there, little bits of lemon zest.
Okay, so I'm going in already because I can't wait. This smells amazing. Everything smells so good, Reuben, already. I'm gonna get some tomato, I'm trying to get some of the herbs, some of the cucumber. and I'm
I
gonna
hear our potatoes
I'm eating
going.
these. So good.
So we're just going to flip these.
Reuben, this is amazing.
Doesn't even
Got a
need
little
salt.
dill.
Yeah, the dill,
So
all those herbs.
Like, I don't think it even needs salt. I mean, I think it's fine. I mean, we're adding it to a burger, so you want a little bit more. But, oh my gosh.
I'm telling you, it's the herbs. That's a secret. For me, at least, for a good salad, I like the herbs.
So good.
So we're just going to flip these, and then what we can do is we can wipe out that pan of that fennel, and we'll
Okay.
start getting our
Yeah.
burgers cooked off. And
I can do that. I can do that for you. All right.
so we're just going to flip these. You can see they're started brown just a little bit. Whew. So I'm just going to flip all of these. This is the tedious part.
Now, so, Reuben, I'm going to heat the pan to like medium high.
Yep, medium high.
Okay.
And again, we're going to use that same garlic oil over there.
Okay. Now, how
cook.
much garlic oil do I need in the pan?
Just enough to coat the bottom. You don't need a lot. You don't want to like fry it. You know, you don't want to shallow fry it. You just want to You just want to get a nice heavy sear on them. I like to do all my burgers on pans, but
Okay.
if you want to grill these burgers, you totally can. If you want to cook them in your air fryer, you can totally can. If you want to bake them, roast them, however you want to cook your burgers, you can cook your burgers. I just like doing them in a pan so I don't lose too much of that flavor.
Okay. So I'm taking a tablespoon of our garlic-infused olive and canola oil blend. Our pan is heating up, and we'll get these going.
Yeah, we're going to throw these right back in our...
Those are ready to go. They smell amazing. Ruben, are you knocking my towels off my oven?
I just knocked your towels
I
off. I'm
tell
sorry.
you, it's
Just
okay.
one, though.
It's okay. It's okay.
She's going to grab another pair of gloves.
Oh, yes. So you can get ready to... Now, the other thing, too, when you're cooking like turkey and chicken, it has a habit of sticking to the pan. So if you are not using like a cast iron, you want to make sure that you have a good non-stick pan and that your oil has coated it beautifully, which we're good. I think we've got a nice heat going. So you want to make sure you get a good sear.
Yep. And then we're just going to wait till that kind of starts to... sometimes I just tested one of these. Look, it's not ready yet.
Good. All right.
So yeah, so that's
Heating up.
so there's a lot of like continuity here, right? So we have the garlic in here going in there. We have the Zatar Spice in here, and the potatoes. So once this gets up and we start searing these off, it shouldn't take super long. I like to do smash burgers too. I don't know how you feel
Oh,
about
you
that.
smush
I
'em.
like to smush them down.
I'm
I like a
fine
good
with
like
that.
smash burger. That's the way I
fine with
like
that.
my burgers.
Now, while you're starting to put those in the pan, so Reuben, you've chosen a whole grain bun.
Yep.
So it's whole wheat with some additional kind of like chunks of grains in it. We like these because they are not as processed as your traditional hamburger. So you can see they top it with the grains. You can see how easy, you can see the whole kind of pieces of the grain. Also, this is a good fiber for you. Great for your burger. There's also, you could do a lettuce wrap burger. You could do, sometimes they have what we like to call like thins, so they're a little bit thinner. They're like sandwich buns.
That's what I was trying to find, and I couldn't find them at the store today. But
You gotta shop at a different grocery store. No, I'm kidding.
yeah,
No, it's perfect.
Acme doesn't cut it.
No, but I think too, it's just a matter of, being able to know that recipes can switch and change and you can add different things to them, and how to modify for what your grocery store has or what you have on hand in your pantry. I mean, that's about, the real mom life way of cooking is being able to kind of, I don't have this, but I do have this, so I can kind of swip and swap what I need. All right, you can hear the sizzle.
Yeah, they're sizzling away. Now they are going to release a lot of moisture too, which is something I figured out with turkey burgers. So that's why it's important to have a hot pan so that it doesn't end up coming out and then steaming your burger
Yeah.
instead of getting a sear on your burger.
Definitely, definitely.
But yeah, they're going away. And while that's going,
Should we get these ready?
yeah, we
to
can
go?
season that up.
All right, do we need a plate? Let me get, do you want
Yeah,
to use,
two
look
plates
at
all ready to
you.
go.
Fancy, fancy. I love it, you are ready to go. That's my little cucumber taste tester fork. Let me hold on to
See
my
how we're
fork.
looking. We're getting a nice color on them. So at this point, I'm gonna just smash them down. I'm not too worried about the fat coming out of there like you would with like a burger, like a beef burger.
Well, because these are already lean
Yeah.
and the fat content is not super high because
Yeah,
they are
and the only
already lean.
fat is coming from the egg yolk for the most
Right,
part
correct.
in here. And we're gonna have a little bit of fat in here, and this is just gonna add a nice fresh bite to our
Good.
burger.
Fabulous. Okay, so each of us need a bun. Now, another good little tip too is that if you want the effects of a burger, you want the flavors of a burger, but you want to kind of lower the carb count that you are eating because we're having the potato wedges, you can do a halfer, like an open face sandwich.
Yep.
And that's always good to
Almost
do
like a
too.
patty melt.
Yeah, like a patty. Oh, yes.
Good.
I miss old school diners.
I
with
know.
patty melts, right? And cheese. Oh my gosh, so good. Okay, so I got this ready. Am I putting anything on this? Any sauce? Anything on the bun?
So we're gonna
first?
go. I like to go. I'm a bottom topping kind of
I
guy.
agree because it doesn't slide off.
Yeah. So I like to put the. I'm gonna put the yogurt on the bottom.
Okay, so do a little yogurt on the bottom. I'll get these ready for us.
Yep.
A lot or a little? I mean, it's Greek yogurt, so for me, I'm all about however
See,
much.
I think that's like perfect.
Oh, okay,
And I'm a top and bottom sauce guy.
okay. So I'll put a little bit on the top as well.
Our burger's getting nice and seared.
I love
So
the.
it'll probably be about 3 minutes on each side. You see it's getting.
Reuben, I am so ready to eat. I cannot even tell you the smells that are coming from this kitchen.
So we're just gonna throw these in the oven just to finish off.
Okay.
Hopefully I don't drop any of your
Now, how are
towels
the
this time.
potatoes coming? No, you can drop the towels. It's okay.
They're looking good. They should be ready in about 4 minutes, the same amount of time as that. So while that's finishing off, we're gonna finally finish off our salad. We have some of this. I like using like a little bit of a crunchy salt. I don't like to grind it up. Like I use Maldon finishing salt at
Okay.
home, which is like the little pyramids. But we can just use this like nice crunchy Mediterranean sea salt,
Oh, fabulous.
and then just the
Fresh cracked. You can't go wrong.
always. Just gonna toss it.
So here's something I learned, Reuben. My daughters love the dollar store.
Okay.
And a lot of times when people hear, oh, fresh cracked pepper, you start to overthink it. They sell these at the dollar store. So you can have fresh cracked pepper in your own house for $1. So
My
you can
mom swears by
add
that.
but you can add those little elements of like, home chef, those added elements of cuisine cooking, but without overthinking it.
Right.
And without getting intimidated. Okay, so I've got our buns covered in Greek yogurt, our Greek yogurt mix.
We're gonna.
I can smell those fries. The burgers smell amazing.
Yeah, we have a little bit more on the burger, but we can pull these fries out now.
Okay, fabulous. Now, could you use the yogurt sauce for dipping as
Oh,
well?
absolutely. And you can see
Ooh,
it's
look at
cooked.
that. Perfect.
Super nice. Ooh, it's yelling at me.
It talks to us. We have a talking stove. Talking
Throw a
stove.
couple of these on here.
Perfect.
Just make it look pretty. Now, I like the potato wedges from Royal Farms. They're like my favorite thing to get. It's like one of my guilty pleasures.
Sounds good. All
We
right.
got that. Just gonna put these off to this in front right here.
All right, so now what are we waiting for? The burgers and the salad.
The burgers, and the salad's gonna go right on top of our burgers. Let's just check our doneness on these. We should be good to go on these. Couple more minutes, just a little bit raw in the middle. And give them a nice flip. We got nice color on them. Give them that smash, because I like my smash burgers. We're almost there. So at this point, I like to just put these down first. Oops.
Okay.
Put a nice bed of our cucumbers.
Ooh.
And you get the cheese too. That's our cheese for the burger. I would say taste one of those wedges, but I think they're probably still too hot.
Well, look,
gonna try
you
one of
broke
these.
one out
I
over
broke
there.
one up.
Hook me up with a half. There we go. That seasoning?
Yeah, seasoning's awesome.
Now, did you put salt and pepper on these? Mm-hmm. You did? Because I was like, the seasoning is amazing. Like, I feel like they don't really
Yeah, just a little
need-
bit of salt
yeah.
and pepper.
It doesn't need a lot.
And
The
you get
seasoning is
texture
really
from the sesame seeds.
so good.
Just gonna go right on top.
Okay.
You can top those boys.
Oh my goodness. Reuben. This looks amazing.
There we go. Our Mediterranean turkey burgers.
Oh my goodness. So, okay, it's hot. Gotta let it cool. I'm gonna turn our burner off so none of us burn ourselves. Now, the garlic oil, can we put that in a container and
You can
save
save
it for
that
like...
for, yep, you can save that.
Yes.
Just gonna cut one of these down the middle.
Oh my gosh, yes. Stove, stop talking to us. We hear you. The stove wants to participate. The stove wants to eat. I'm gonna cut one too. Cut mine. Oh my goodness, Reuben. I got a cucumber escaping. I can taste the yogurt sauce. Oh my gosh. This looks amazing. So good.
Go for it. It almost reminds me of like a gyro.
Reuben, you need to come home with us. This is amazing. So the crunch of the cucumber, the freshness of the tomato, the fresh herbs. It is so delicious. And then a little kick of feta. And I love this yogurt, this roasted yogurt.
Roasted
sauce.
garlic and fennel
Roasted-
yogurt.
Oh my gosh. Ah,
Yeah, you can probably dip the fries in there too if you want.
well, I was going to. I was actually going to do that. Okay, so for more recipes from Reuben, from myself, selfsoulspace.com. But thank you for watching Health and Self, and be sure to check my man Reuben out on Reuben's Indian Kitchen right here on DETV. Thank you for watching. We're gonna keep eating. Have a great one.